Welcome back for some more stories from the Bible. So far, I've read you 7 stories from the Old Testament. Now I'm going to read you 7 stories from the New Testament. The first story is about Jesus in the temple. The temple is a place people would go to worship God because they felt God's presence there. Pay attention to what Jesus calls the temple. Jesus grew up in Nazareth, cared for by Mary and Joseph, and he went to school and learned the laws God had given the Jews. Every year, Mary and Joseph went to Jerusalem to celebrate the feast of the Passover. This festival reminded them that God had freed his people from slavery in Egypt all those years ago. When Jesus was 12 years old, he went to Jerusalem with his parents. The journey took 4 days, and when they arrived, the great city was crowded with visitors. When the festival was over, Mary and Joseph joined the other families going back to Nazareth. They thought Jesus was in the crowd with the other boys. It wasn't until they stopped in the evening to camp for the night and have a meal that they realized that Jesus was missing. They looked everywhere for him and asked everyone if they had seen him, but they couldn't find him. Very worried, Mary and Joseph hurried back to Jerusalem. For 3 days they searched the city for Jesus. At last they found him in the temple. He was sitting with the temple teachers, listening to them and asking them questions. The teachers were amazed that Jesus, who was only 12, understood so much of what they told him and were astonished by the questions he asked. Mary and Joseph were very surprised to find him there. "Why did you do this to us?" Mary asked Jesus. "We've been searching everywhere for you. We were so worried about you. We thought we'd never find you." "I'm sorry I caused so much trouble," said Jesus. "But didn't you know you would find me in my Father's house?" Mary and Joseph didn't understand what Jesus meant. They took him home to Nazareth, where he grew up into a wise and strong young man who loved and obeyed his parents and God. I have a picture of Jesus in the temple. Here you can see his parents found him, and he's talking to his parents, and these 3 men must be the temple teachers. Did you hear what Jesus called the temple? If you said his Father's house, then you're right. That's what he called the temple, his Father's house. Thanks for joining me. We'll see you next time.